Stephen, welcome back. How long have you been back in the building?
Second day now, so started on the 1st of August, but there's been a fair bit of prep work behind the scenes for the last 6 months.
I said to Dan on his way out, do you just give him the same file that he gave you on the way back? How detailed handover was it?
There's been a significant review process that's gone on, for the last couple of weeks, and then we're working through that at the moment. So sitting down with the coaches yesterday, they presented all their findings from the last season. We're going to spend the next 2 weeks just going over the way that we want to play and the training schedule, all the players that we have and all the players that we still need to get.
What's your early prognosis? What do you like, what do you not like?
Well, I guess the most significant change is we've lost a couple of key players. We've lost some really experienced players in Scotty Seo, Falafanga, Ire Simoni and Tom Banks. There's some other guys that we've lost as well, but they're the significant guys. And it's an opportunity, it's an exciting opportunity for some of these young guys coming in. We've got a number of young guys who've put their hand up through the last season, and some guys who are training exceptionally well, playing really well in the John O'Dent Cup. So I guess, there's a lot of excitement around those positions. And just, the general depth of the squad is very good at the moment. So we've got 15, 16 Wallabies at the moment. A couple more guys who are in the Australian A team. So there's been a really good program here over the last couple of years, and the quality of player here at the moment is really good.
How hands do you feel to have Laurie and Rod and now Palmer's gone full-time as well to continue that program that's been running?
Quality coaches. So Laurie, so passionate about the Brumbies, and he's been here, forever. He's knowledgeable about the game. So he's going to be great to work with. And then we've got Palm stepping up. So with Dan moving on, Dan had a few responsibilities within the team in terms of the coaching stuff. So a bit of the line-out stuff, a bit of the maul, overseeing some of the attack. So we'll be redistributing some of those roles. Palms will take a few of those roles over. So it'll be good for him and Laurie to work together. And then Rod is exceptionally detailed, really good communicator. We've already had a number of really good chats around the game, and looking forward to working with him as well.
When you walked back in the door, did it feel like you'd been brought for
Things have changed. This is, all the signage around the rooms, everything out the front is the same, and we've got a bit of earthwork going on at the moment down underneath, but it feels good. It felt good to come back into Canberra firstly. So we were away for 3 years, and we sort of split the family up. The youngest came back to start year 10 in January, and we finished off over there in June. So it was good to have everyone under the same house again. We've had pretty good weather so far, but it's just familiar. Most of the staff are the same here at the Brumbies, and it's just exciting to get back into Super Rugby. We followed it when we were over there, and all the boys over there follow Super Rugby, and Brumbies is well known around the world. So, excited to be here, but also very proud of being a part of this organisation.
Has had obviously plenty of success over the last couple of years, but goal is to keep things tracking up.
A lot of good work, a lot of good recruiting work has been done. The depth of the squad is amazing at the moment. We're playing, if you watch the footy from last year, we're playing some really good rugby. It was enjoyable to watch overseas, but we're not getting the spectators that I think we deserve. We've had success in the Australian competition. We almost had success this year with the semi-final loss to the Blues, but it's a young group, and we're still building towards better performances, so it's exciting.
Number 12, is that one of the key positions you're going to need to fill with you going?
So we've got a few guys stepping up into the other positions, and we're hoping that some of our guys who are on contract at the moment will step into that position. So there'll be good competition there. We've kind of got Hudson Crichton, Ollie Sapsford. We haven't announced some guys yet. Chris Fairway Saltier as well. So we've got some internal guys who will be competing for that spot. We've got, at this stage, we've got some games planned for the end of September early October. So it'll be a good opportunity for those guys to step up and see whether they're ready to take over that control in the centres.
You mentioned, I guess, a lot of Wallabies guys weren't going to be there for quite a while, I assume. So how do you juggle the next couple of months to get everyone out?
It's always the same in Super Rugby, Australia or New Zealand. You've got to deal with these guys coming back late. We were told last week that the Wallaby boys wouldn't come back in until the 16th of January. So that'll make things tight. We've got a trial on the 4th, trial on the 11th of February. And then we play our first game on the 24th. So a little over a month together, really. That's all we're going to have. So it's a long pre-season, which is the beauty of Super Rugby. You get a lot of time to work together in the pre-season, off-season. But we're actually only going to be together for 5 weeks before the start of the competition. So that makes it pretty difficult. But, you know, we're faced with that every year. And I think the guys will obviously get good experience in the Wallabies. There's a number of our guys playing together in the Wallabies, so there'll be good continuity there. And then come January, we're not going to change too much. Those guys will just have to pick it up where the boys are at. They'll have to pick up where they've left off, but then we've made a few changes, so they'll have to pick that up as they go through those first couple of weeks.
You've been a coach now?
I'd like to think so. So I guess there were a lot of learnings over there. We had a big squad, so COVID hit basically as we got there, and we had a squad of 55 training together. My role was senior coach, so I was sort of overseeing the program, but really focused in on the backs. So we had 27 backs, and I was responsible for all of their individual performances, reviews, growth over that period. And certainly learned a lot, obviously dealing with the different players, but the different competitions as well, and then coaching with the coaches that we had over there, Graham Roundtree, JP Ferreira, Johan van Graan, and then speaking to multiple different coaches over there. Yeah, it was a great experience. I'd certainly recommend it to anyone. Certainly like to think that I've taken a lot of experience out of that, and had a lot of time over there to reflect on what I'd done here previously and all the experiences I'd had as a player, and yeah, trying to put that all together now. That's the exciting bit for me. I guess we've got a really good squad. We've got some young guys coming through, but to have control of the program again, knowing that we made some really good progress last time we were here, and Dan continued that on, and we've had a few good learnings since we've been away. So Byron Field is also coming back into the fray, and he's been over with Bath. So between the two of us, we've got really good experiences overseas that we're going to bring back into the organisation.
Said before, I think to one of Brett's questions, that I don't feel like you're getting the crowds you deserve. Yeah, like I know that was something that you were sort of dealing with in your previous time here as well. How do you turn it, or have you put any attention on turning that for Australian rugby and
I mean, as an organisation, we've got to grow the game. As players, we've got to grow the game. As coaches, we've got to grow the game. And I presented to the boys yesterday, and that was one of the points. We've all got to get on board here, and we've got to make sure that we're creating interest in the game. We're getting more of the younger demographic playing rugby. And then ideally for us, for our success, for the growth of the game here in Canberra, we're getting more people through the gate at GIO. I hope it's GIO still. Yeah. I think the hot topic at the moment is the new stadium in Civic. I think that's going to do wonders for the game. The ability for people to come out of pubs and restaurants, come across the game. It sort of links the city with the lake there. It's something that we're definitely behind. I think that would make a massive difference in terms of crowd numbers through the gate. But yeah, my point earlier was some of the rugby that we've been playing over the last 2 years, we certainly warrant better crowds. So, I mean, our push now through this period without our Wallabies, we'll have a fairly extensive training program going forward, but we'll also be trying to get into the community, trying to create a little bit more interest in the players, some individual players, the playing group as a whole, interest in the sport, so that hopefully next year we get a few more people through and they can actually learn to appreciate and understand what we're doing out there. And and really love the game like we all do here at the moment.
Being a World Cup year help that?
Does being a World Cup year help that?
Does being a World Cup year help drive up interest?
Yeah, I think it does. We certainly got a lot of support after the 2003 World Cup. Played on home soil, that obviously helped. So this one's going to be played away in France. But yeah, there's going to be really good interest in the game. We've got a Lion series coming up, and then hopefully, then we've got a home World Cup as well, which will hopefully attract a number of fans from across the world, and we'll get really good results in that, which will drive the game again. But in the short term, yeah, I think the World Cup coming around next year is certainly going to help interest in the game. Our job, I guess, as a small little provincial team here is that we have to really embrace the community, get out into the community, grow the game in this little area as much as possible so that we can get the support that we need going forward.